frankly speaking, it's insulting as an American to hear an American president use such words, but Donald Trump has been using similar language for a sustained period of time. His Easter posting on Truth Social was particularly insulting, not just to Christians, but to Muslims alike. This is a post of an irrational man, a man who has lost all semblance of normalcy. This is a post that screams impeachment or replacement. This screams the 25th Amendment. He is literally embracing war crimes. He is saying that the policy in the United States is to erase a civilization. This is the epitome of what is known as collective punishment, which is, of course, prohibited under international law. It's an outright violation of the law of war. My only hope is that, one, this is simply part of Donald Trump's crude negotiating pressure tactics under the belief that Iran would somehow crumble under the threat of civilization erasure. But it doesn't appear to have worked. My understanding is immediately after this posting came out, Iran shut down all diplomatic channels with the United States, and that there is no diplomatic off-ramp at this point in time. So Iran has basically called the president's bluff. My other hope is that American generals will disobey any orders they receive in regards to executing the president's vision, because it would be a war crime. They would be culpable in this. They are obligated under their oaths to the Constitution to disobey unlawful orders, and any order the president gives to implement the concepts encompassed in the statement would be literally unlawful orders. And the other thing is, where is the United States Congress at this point in time? This is a moment for immediate intervention where Congress needs to put the president on notice that this is a war crime. They will not support a war crime. They will not sustain a war crime, and that the president will be held accountable, to the American system for implementing this. This post is, again, it's a deep embarrassment, but it's worse than that. It is literally the president of the United States defining my country as a nation not only capable of committing war crimes, but one that defines itself as a war criminal.
It is the logic of escalation in this war, because in some sense, Mark Levin is right. We are not going to open the straits with the United States Marine Corps, the 82nd Airborne, or the Tier 1 operators that everyone on cable news seems to know so much about. The Tier 1 operators, Tier 1. Just guys, like some of the best guys actually in America could be killed in this. That's a better way to put it. It's a more real way to put it. They are not going to open the strait. And so unless somebody puts the brakes on right away, we're going to wind up in a place that we can't even imagine. Not just Iran, us and the rest of the world. And so that means, because this is obvious to anyone who's paying any attention, that if you work in the White House or in the U.S. military, now is time to say no, absolutely not. And say it directly to the president, no. In case you're thinking about using some weapon of mass destruction against the population of Iran, in whose name we liberated Iran, we killed their religious leader for their benefit. Do you remember that? This was last month. Those people who are in direct contact with the president need to say, no, I'll resign. I'll do whatever I can do legally to stop this, because this is insane. And if given the order, I'm not carrying it out. Figure out the codes on the football yourself, because everything hangs in the balance right now. This is not his.
The Iranians are not going to give up, no matter what. And what this is going to cause is a civilizational collapse, in my opinion, across the world. And we're going to see tens, if not hundreds of millions of people on the move. And whether it's in Latin America, and the North America will be collapsing, but still people will be going down those routes that they've been going traditionally. And the same is true from Africa and Asia to Europe, even though Europe will be collapsing. There will be hunger, there will be starvation. What Trump is doing is just beyond belief. And the evilness of what he is saying and the implication of what he's threatening, you would think that they would remove him from power today. And you would think that the legacy media would be outraged and saying, how in the world could you ever talk about sending a nation with thousands of years of heritage? And what is their crime? Their crime is that in 1979, they became independent of the United States. And then their crime is that they support the Palestinian people. They say no to genocide. just like they're saying no to the starvation of the people of Cuba. That's the crime of the Iranian people. The essence of their guilt, what is really lying behind the guilt of the Iranian people, is because they're saying Palestinians are not Amalek. They are human beings. Actually, they're the Semites. That is the real story, and that is why we must be crushed.